As Sarah waited for her son's return from deployment, she couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. Meanwhile, across town, Jessica and Michael exchanged vows, blissfully unaware of the looming threat. For 80-year-old Frank, his first solo flight was the realization of a lifelong dream. But as these personal triumphs unfolded, a shadow loomed on the horizon, threatening to change everything. Just as Jessica reached for her phone to capture a wedding selfie, an alert flashed across the screen that would shatter their perfect day. In an instant, 3 separate worlds collided with a single, terrifying reality. As the asteroid hurtled towards Earth, humanity held its breath, wondering if this was truly the end.
Breaking news. Scientists have confirmed that a massive asteroid is on a collision course with Earth, with impact expected in just 30 days. As the news spreads, families around the world gather to process the devastating information, their lives forever changed in an instant. Social media explodes with reactions as people struggle to comprehend the magnitude of the impending disaster. With time suddenly precious, many rush to reunite with loved ones, determined to spend their final days together. Others choose to fulfill lifelong dreams and bucket list items, making the most of the time they have yet. As panic sets in, some begin stockpiling supplies, preparing for the worst while clinging to hope for survival. Meanwhile, in laboratories around the globe, scientists work tirelessly, racing against time to find a solution and save humanity from extinction. As the clock ticks down, the world holds its breath, wondering if this is truly the end, or if there's still hope for a minute.
As news of the impending asteroid collision spread, the world's brightest minds converged in a race against time. Global leaders set aside their differences, uniting in an unprecedented collaboration to save humanity. Scientists and engineers worked tirelessly, developing a daring plan to intercept and divert the asteroid's path. As the plan took shape, every second counted in the preparations for humanity's most crucial mission. With the fate of the world hanging in the balance, the moment of truth arrived as the mission prepared for launch. As the chosen crew embarked on their perilous journey, they carried with them the hopes and fears of billions. With a thunderous roar, humanity's last hope soared into the heavens, its success far from certain as it raced towards its cosmic rendezvous. With only 15 days left before the asteroid impact, Sarah waited nervously at the airport for her son's arrival. As Mark stepped off the plane, mother and son shared a tearful embrace, cherishing what could be their final moments together. Across town, Emily and David decided to tie the knot, refusing to let the impending disaster rob them of their dream wedding. They exchanged vows and rings, promising to love each other for whatever time they had left. Meanwhile, 65-year-old Barbara prepared to fulfill her lifelong dream of riding in a hot air balloon. As she soared above the landscape, Barbara felt a profound sense of peace, knowing she had finally achieved her bucket list goal. But their moments of joy were cut short when Sarah received an urgent message about a last-ditch effort to divert the asteroid. As the clock ticked down, our heroes faced a critical decision: enjoy their remaining time or join the fight to save humanity.
Houston, detonation was unsuccessful.
As the final hours ticked away, cities around the world buzzed with a mix of panic and eerie calm. Families huddled together, their eyes glued to screens broadcasting the latest updates on the impending asteroid impact. In high-security bunkers, military leaders strategized for the aftermath, their faces grim with the weight of responsibility. As the countdown reached its final hour, people flooded into underground shelters, bringing whatever they could carry. Others chose to face their potential last moments in peaceful reflection, sending wishes into the darkening sky. In Mexico, the projected impact zone, chaos erupted as the first shock waves were felt and dust began to cloud the air. Scientists warned that the dust cloud from the impact would quickly envelop the globe, plunging the world into darkness. As the asteroid hurtled towards Earth, humanity collectively held its breath, unsure if this was truly the end or the beginning of a new chapter. The asteroid, a behemoth of rock and iron, hurtled towards Earth with unstoppable force. The impact was catastrophic, unleashing unprecedented natural disasters across the globe. Record-shattering earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, and volcanic eruptions ravaged the planet, reshaping the very face of Earth. As ash and dust choked the atmosphere, the world plunged into an eerie twilight, heralding a new age of bitter cold. The world as we knew it ended in a flash of blinding light and a deafening roar. In the aftermath of the asteroid impact, society crumbled within hours. Survivors searched desperately for loved ones, hope dwindling with each passing moment. The choking dust and ash made the air unbreathable for months, forcing survivors to adapt or perish. As government and societal structures collapsed, the fight for basic necessities became a brutal reality. In the face of unimaginable devastation, unlikely alliances formed among those who refused to give up. As they stepped into the unknown, these survivors carried with them the last embers of hope for humanity's future. Of unimaginable adversity, survivors from all walks of life banded together, their shared humanity shining through the darkness. Acts of bravery and sacrifice became commonplace as people fought not just for survival, but for the very future of humanity. As dawn broke on a changed world, the indomitable spirit of humanity emerged, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. In the aftermath of the catastrophe, survivors banded together, searching desperately for the basics of survival in a world turned upside down. Every scrap of food, every drop of clean water, became precious as they scavenged through the ruins of their former civilization. Encounters with other survivors were fraught with tension, as trust became a luxury few could afford in this new, harsh reality. Small communities began to form as people realized that survival meant working together, sharing skills and resources in this unforgiving new world. As days turned into weeks, resources became increasingly scarce, and the specter of hunger loomed over the fledgling communities. Conflicts arose as desperation grew, threatening to tear apart the fragile alliances that had formed in the wake of disaster. Just when all seemed lost, a discovery offered a glimmer of hope. But in this new world, even hope could be a double-edged sword. In the wake of global catastrophe, a small group of survivors banded together, ready to rebuild from the ashes. They quickly organized themselves, assigning roles based on each person's unique skills and strengths. Shelter becomes their first priority as they work tirelessly to create a safe haven amidst the ruins. They seek out sustainable food sources, transforming barren lots into thriving gardens. Bit by bit, they clear the wreckage, paving the way for new beginnings and fresh opportunities. Together, they harness sustainable energy and secure clean water, laying the groundwork for a self-sufficient community. As days turn into weeks, their hard work begins to pay off, fostering a sense of camaraderie and hope for the future. But just as they settle into their new routine, an unexpected radio signal crackles to life, hinting at a world beyond their small sanctuary. In the wake of devastation, the survivors banded together, their unwavering spirit driving them to rebuild what was lost. Communication became our lifeline, as we worked tirelessly to reconnect with other survivors and rebuild our fractured networks. A new governing body emerged, formed by those who had proven their worth through leadership and compassion during the darkest times. Every day brought new challenges, but also new triumphs, as we reclaimed our world piece by piece. And then a moment we had all been hoping for. Contact with another community of survivors, proving we were not alone in our struggle. This connection marked the dawn of a new era, one of cooperation and shared purpose, as we joined forces to forge a brighter future. Together we had weathered the storm, and now, united in our shared humanity, we stood ready to write the next chapter of our story.